Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the E-commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's the E-commerce Minute, episode 225.
In today's episode, Walmart's Uber and Lyft partnership ends.
A recent report from Reuters states that rideshare companies Uber and Lyft will no longer be handling grocery deliveries for Walmart. This is a setback for Walmart as it competes with Amazon for quick residential grocery delivery. The decision marks an abrupt end to a business relationship that Walmart and Uber announced with much fanfare less than 2 years ago. Uber's test program with Walmart made deliveries in 4 markets and stated that it ended the program as a general pullback of delivery services. The Lyft pilot in Denver failed to gain traction, according to the report. Walmart has stated that grocery delivery will not be impacted in affected markets. Walmart also delivers with on-demand companies Postmates, DoorDash, and Deliv. Walmart has stated its goal is to deliver groceries to 40% of U.S. consumers by the end of 2018. It is incredibly hard to deliver people and packages together, said a source with a delivery company that works with Walmart and has direct knowledge of the matter. They are 2 completely different business models. You put the groceries next to the people, don't you? How does that work?
Duh.
Yeah.
Ooh, look, cake.
Yeah. Why does this Uber driver have cake all over his face?
Cake. Alrighty then.
So Uber's getting completely out of delivery. I mean, they're ending rush service.
I just, I mean, I don't know why they went into it. First of all, I guess it's a good try, but.
Well, the logic is they're out on the road anyway, and you've got a driver that's idle. Why not make a couple extra bucks?
Yeah, but most of those guys complain. They don't want to do it
because the groceries is a lot harder. It's not like the Uber Eats, where Uber Eats, they run in and grab a bag. Everything is sitting there ready. There's no, they're literally walking in the door. Here's your bag. They get back in the car. They deliver a bag. Groceries is like, you get Granny's order. She's got 12 bags, and this driver, how does that work? The driver has to carry the bags in.
Yeah, and they probably get paid less for that drive too, because it's not, you're not driving people. You're not. Yeah, it's different.
And guess what? That car, I don't know exactly how the Uber rate thing works, but if they're getting paid for miles, how are they getting paid for walking in and out of the grocery store and waiting for an order and waiting for Granny to come?
Right.
I think the drivers probably didn't like it as well.
Right. No, that's what I mean.
Drivers probably, if they saw it was a grocery order, they probably, decline the ride.
Yeah, I'm with that. I think it's just so different. Let the delivery companies that deliver groceries deliver them groceries, right? Like, I don't need Uber for that.
I think that's where it's going to go. I think you're going to not see. I think they're going to be split off again. It's one of those things. It looks good on paper, but doesn't make sense.
In reality, it's just terrible.
So it's again, this goes back to all these companies are trying to crack the last mile delivery. The hard part about the grocery business, I mean, it's bad enough that the margins in grocery itself are so razor thin to begin with, but then you've got to add that part where I've got to get it into the consumer's hands, and a lot of them lose money right away, right off the start. So it's real hard. And Walmart's big challenge is that their stores are located in rural areas, so you've got a further drive. So if you got to drive someone's groceries, it's not like drive like where you live. You live in a big city, so maybe they're driving 10 blocks. They've got to deliver Granny's groceries out in Plainfield, Kentucky. The drivers on the road for 30 miles each way delivering groceries. That's not profitable for anybody, not for the driver, and certainly not for the delivery company.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I guess this leaves a big opportunity for some of the grocery-only delivery companies to come in and fill in the gaps where it leaves off. So we have Postmates, Deliv. What's the other one? There's Target with Shipped.
Yeah.
We'll see how they fill in the gaps, or if some other grocery upstart comes in and figures this out. But for now, it's still a battle.
Exactly.
All right, you got anything else?
Oh, deliver stuff.
Go get your own groceries. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media @Sumo Heavy.